In the grand scheme of things, I do not believe that by 1944 Germany had any chance of winning the war, and perhaps even earlier. The start of the war was a shock to the world, but eventually, suffering from a crumbling economy, rapidly declining industrial capability, and a steadily decreasing population, they had no hope of standing up to the manpower of the Soviet Union, the industrial capability of the USA, and the intelligence networks of Britain. In the end, it would not have mattered what the design was for their vehicles and the weapons they were equipped with. What upgrading old vehicles did do, however, was save a lot of money in the long run. More than half of all of the German tracked vehicles produced during the war were made from the same 5 chassis constructed in the 6 years after the Nazis came to power, with the development of these vehicles also leading to many more designs, some still on battlefields today. While some designs have a more dubious service record, being disliked by crews and having a poor performance record, others are venerated as some of the greatest armoured vehicles ever, with versions of vehicles such as the Hetzer and the Panzer IVs serving in conflicts well after the conclusion of hostilities in 1945. Overall, there is a clear impact on all of these vehicles' design features still visible today. The three-man turret of the Panzer III, for example, is a feature used on nearly every tank produced after 1945, including even the most modern German design, the Kf-51 Panther. The most deadly weapon in Blitzkrieg, the radio, is used in every military vehicle made nowadays, and without it, it would be virtually impossible to communicate. Reused chassis for more specialised purposes, like self-propelled artillery vehicles and modern interpretations of an anti-air tank, are still in use. The impact of these vehicles on the modern battlefield is clearly visible, and if not for the ingenuity of the Germans and the situations that made the multitude of conversions necessary, military vehicle design would be decades behind what it is. So, in conclusion, I do believe that reusing older armoured vehicles was a success. The Germans were not alone in doing this, as many other countries did the same, such as the Soviets with their T-34s, American Shermans, British Valentines, etc. But none reused their old vehicles to the same extent as the Germans. They were effective for when they were used, such as Panzerjägers providing a good upgrade to firepower when required, and the Jagdpanzers being suited for a defensive war. Flak Panzers as well, as the Luftwaffe were getting destroyed. The Flak Panzers were essential for keeping the German troops safer from the Allied aircraft. So, in answers to my question, yes, I think it was a good idea for the Germans to reuse their older armoured vehicles to make new ones.